Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you
For
think
money.
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
You think he still needs the money
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years?
the money.
Let this, and myself, we helped build this guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar De La Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar De La Hoya do? I'm sorry, Miss Disloyal Oscar De La Hoya do? He take him right over to HBO and cut a deal with HBO. And when he cut the deal, he got money, but I bet Canelo didn't see none. But these are the things that people don't know about in the sport of boxing.
So the money's really gone.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money.
And it took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now
The boxing world isn't staying silent. Criticism of Floyd Mayweather is growing fast. From shady exhibition matches to rumors of mounting debt, his once untouchable legacy is under fire. The uncomfortable truth gaining momentum, Floyd Mayweather might actually be going broke, and fans are noticing.
We got Floyd Mayweather back in real estate news again. This guy's on an acquisition spree like I haven't seen in a long time. You got to remember, in October, he bought a portfolio of multifamily properties in around Manhattan for $402 million. Well, this time he went all in on office property for a $10 billion portfolio. I got this out of Real Deal, by the way. Now, some of these properties that listed are 410 10th Avenue and Hudson Yards. You got Jersey City's Harborside Office Complex. You've got the Aon Center in Chicago and the old post office.
Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather's longtime rival, hasn't held back his thoughts, and now he's doubling down. De La Hoya has never been shy about criticizing Floyd, and this time, he's calling him out for desperately trying to stay relevant. According to Oscar, when Floyd was active in boxing, the money flowed nonstop. That's why he could afford to throw cash around like it was nothing. $1 million watches, luxury cars he barely drove, private jets with custom interiors, and wild strip club nights that ended in cash showers. But De La Hoya says all that flash wasn't sustainable unless Mayweather kept raking in tens of millions per fight. Without that income, Oscar suggests the lifestyle and the illusion starts to crumble.
I love bringing people into my lifestyle, showing people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
De La Hoya believes Mayweather's entire image was propped up by massive paydays. Now, without those high-stakes fights, the cracks are showing. Floyd often name-drops vague investments, skyscrapers at the Middle East, gold mines, fashion brands, nightclubs, but Oscar claims none of them generate the kind of money needed to sustain his extravagant lifestyle. Recently, De La Hoya even went online to publicly urge Floyd to quit while there's still something left to protect. You're 50 years old, but legend in boxing, he said. Stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. Life's tough and expensive, but your legacy should come first.
You have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
And this wasn't the first time De La Hoya went after Mayweather. Back in 2018, when Canelo Alvarez signed his historic $365 million deal with DAZN, Oscar was riding high. Golden Boy Promotions had just secured the most lucrative contract in boxing history. But instead of celebrating the sport's growth, Floyd tried to rain on the parade, claiming he could earn that kind of money from a single fight. One fight. Oscar wasn't having it. He immediately fired back in a TMZ interview, calling Floyd a lowlife and accusing him of trying to sabotage Canelo's moment. How unfair is it that Canelo announces this monumental deal, and here comes Floyd crawling out from under a rock trying to steal his thunder? That's who he is, Oscar said, a lowlife.
In the sport of boxing, when we talk about loyalty, when you look at Canelo, there's Steven Espinoza, and the Showtime team and myself, we helped build this guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar De La Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar De La Hoya do? I'm sorry, Miss Disloyal Oscar De La Hoya do?
Those weren't just the words of a promoter backing his fighter. They were deeply personal. Now, with scandals piling up, real estate issues, lawsuits, tax troubles, Oscar believes Floyd has backed himself into a corner. No flashy watches or smooth talk can make this one vanish. According to De La Hoya, Mayweather can't even face his fans honestly anymore, because doing so would mean admitting the truth. He's in trouble financially, emotionally, and in the public eye.
New real estate deal is going to make him $300 million a month. You see that? Yeah, I see that. Now, the fact that he pointed out was that he knows, everybody knows that he got his own capital, right? You know, money, right? But he still leveraged other people's money, and so now he's making $300 million a month. Well, he's going to, that's going to be explained. So, you know, just like I said, your example, right? At Airbnb. If you get a place, I mean, there's a couple ways to do Airbnb. You know, you can do it somewhere you're listening.
And he heard his weight in too, and while this tone isn't as fiery as De La Hoya's, his concerns hit just as hard. Hearn is openly skeptical about Mayweather's financial situation. He highlights Floyd's extravagant spending, fleets of Bugattis, six-figure gambling nights, and multiple luxury homes with enormous upkeep costs, and raises a valid question. What kind of investment could possibly sustain that lifestyle? In an interview with GRM Daily, Hearn said, "I don't think he's got the money. I don't think he needs the money, but when you see how much he's spending, you start to wonder."
The art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes their legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
For money. I don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's
It's
spending,
a lot of
Mayweather insists its finances are solid, claiming the exhibition fights are just for fun, not about the money. "I was born to be a fighter, I'll die a fighter," he told critics. But those close to him paint a different picture, one that suggests it's about survival, not sport.
So one day, somebody, because you know I don't have social media on my phone, so they showed me Eddie. Eddie was like, "Floyd Mayweather ain't got no money, that's why he doing exhibitions." No, Eddie don't believe that now.
But Eddie will say some shit like that.
Yeah, Eddie will say some shit, but no, but one thing, don't worry about that. But me and Eddie got it clear. Didn't we, Eddie? One thing, me and my buddy got it clear.
we said as long as it's 10 or 20.
Anything less.
Earlier this year, Gervonta Davis, once Floyd Mayweather's prize protege, claimed Floyd was detained in Dubai over unpaid debts. Though Mayweather's team denied it, the rumor wouldn't go away. And Davis isn't alone. The Paul brothers have been some of the most vocal and persistent critics, repeatedly accusing Mayweather of being a fraud and faking his financial stability.
Man, Dubai that money. Tell him get on live right now. And he owe people in Saudi Arabia money too.
Logan Paul, who fought Mayweather in a high-profile 2021 exhibition, has been outspoken about not receiving full payment. He claims he's still owed around $5 million from the event. While Mayweather publicly boasted about making over $30 million from the fight, Logan says he never delivered on the promised payout. In a recent video, Logan vented his frustration. "My brother fought Mike Tyson and bought a jet. I fought Floyd Mayweather and got robbed. He still owes me. Pay me that money, and then maybe I can finally get a jet too."
Sick. Oh, it's so sick. So this is what happens when you fight Mike Tyson, huh? I fought Floyd, he just robbed me. He still owes me money. Floyd, bro, pay me my money so I could get a jet. Dude, that's crazy.
The jab was clearly intentional. Jake Paul recently bought his own jet after earning $20 million from his fight against Mike Tyson, and Logan Paul wanted one too. But he claims he can't afford it because Floyd Mayweather still hasn't paid him the $5 million owed from their exhibition fight. That's not just a petty complaint, it's a public dig at Floyd's brand. If the man who built his legacy on easy money is still dodging payments, what does that say about his brand? The Paul brothers believe Floyd is too afraid to admit that his illusion of wealth is crumbling. As Jake put it on his podcast, Floyd was the greatest boxer of his time, sure, but times don't last. Legacy doesn't pay bills. It's a harsh reality, but one that's starting to resonate within the boxing world. People are beginning to see past Floyd's undefeated record and notice a man desperately holding on to a fading empire.
Paul, he said you owe him some bread. That comes with the territory. To them, that's real money. The money is not coming fast enough. That's why when they say money on the back end, as far as pay-per-view, it take a while. Plus Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
The sad truth is that Floyd Mayweather's fall from grace isn't just about money, it's about relevance, image, and ego. He could have retired as the most successful boxer in history, but instead, we're watching him travel the globe for exhibition matches against YouTubers, MMA fighters, and influencers. The worst part, most of them don't respect him. They're just after the clout. Yet, according to fans, Floyd needs them too. He needs the ticket sales, the attention, and the illusion of wealth and fame to maintain his brand.
In an EWB Rolls Royce. For those that don't know what an EWB is, that's an extended wheelbase Rolls Royce. I need the leg room. I know I ain't that tall, about 5'8.5", some days 5'9", but it is what it is. Chilling, sitting right here watching the Thriller in Manila, Ali versus Frazier documentary. Come check it out.
There are growing whispers within boxing circles that Floyd Mayweather is deeply in debt to various shadow investors, individuals who funded some of his ventures in exchange for profit shares that never materialized. Sources claim Floyd overpromised and underdelivered, and now he's scrambling to quietly clean up the mess. The real estate scandal may be the first public sign of trouble, but insiders believe it's just the tip of the iceberg. A former Mayweather Promotions staffer anonymously told a UK tabloid that the company is bleeding money, and most of the real action now occurs offshore through shell companies tied to exhibition events. He's liquidating faster than he's earning, the source claimed, adding that Floyd no longer has the income streams to support the Mayweather brand. It's all a front now.
What I'm doing right now, that's what I do every day. Shop. I ain't nothing like a couple bucks. Greg, come with me. I didn't get these. Yeah. I did?
Yes.
Okay, folks, we make the best of it.
Floyd Mayweather continues to flaunt his lifestyle, posting about generational wealth and showcasing $500,000 cash piles on private jets. But for many, it's starting to feel like performance art, a facade that is becoming harder to maintain. As more voices like De La Hoya, Hearn, Gervonta, and the Paul brothers speak out, the mask continues to slip. 50 Cent's latest jab wasn't random, it was calculated, aimed directly at the heart of the Mayweather myth. When he posted, "Damn champ, they caught you cap," it wasn't just a troll. It was a deliberate move to expose the illusion Floyd's been curating for years. 50 Cent has always played the long game with his jabs, and this one was about pulling back the curtain and letting the light shine on what's been hiding in the shadows all along.
Buildings in Upper Manhattan. Business Insider reported that no such deal appears to have occurred. Floyd recently posted a video on Instagram claiming he bought 6 apartment buildings, stating that they are all his properties with no partners involved. However, Business Insider has contradicted these claims, stating that the ownership of the buildings remains unchanged and they are not Mayweather's, as he stated. Many are left questioning why Mayweather would make such a bold, untrue claim about his financial dealings.
50 Cent's comedic timing is only part of his appeal. He knows how to hide a real shot within a laugh, and this one hit hard. That laugh turned into a roar across timelines as the myth of Mayweather, the billionaire baller who could buy cities with pocket change, begins to crack. The sound of that crack is loud enough that even those in Floyd's own circle, like Jeff Mayweather, aren't defending it anymore. Instead, they're letting silence speak for itself, or in Jeff's case, offering just enough truth to suggest something's wrong. That's the danger of illusions. They require constant upkeep. The more elaborate the lie, the harder it becomes to maintain.
I've got to ask about this. I don't know if anyone's asked you about your opinion on this, but what do you make of Floyd Mayweather not paying Logan Paul for their fight?
I have no idea of what's going on with that. So I mean, I'm not really gonna speak on it. He should get paid because the fight's been over and it's been a while. So I mean, Logan do deserve to get paid. He was there.
Eddie Hearn isn't holding back either. He spoke plainly, saying there's no trail, no deal, and this isn't about jealousy or beef. It's about calling time on a narrative that's long overstayed its welcome. In boxing, credibility is everything, and when you start making exaggerated claims about deals involving Manhattan skyscrapers, you're not just risking embarrassment, you're damaging the legacy you built with your own hands. Floyd's legacy once felt untouchable, undefeated, unmatched, and bulletproof. But now, every time he pops up on a flyer for another exhibition match in some foreign country, it feels more like a hustle than history. The opponents are no longer elite threats. They're influencers, TikTok stars, and combat sports names well past their prime. The spectacle is still there, but the respect, that's slowly leaking away.